name's Greg Newton, and I run the Naked Shorts blog on the web. One of the things about the development of the ETF business is that it's made shorting much easier and also eliminated some of the obvious things like single stock risk from a short-oriented portfolio. One of the other things that's also happened recently is that with the availability of short ETFs, you can also put them into a retirement portfolio where normally you're not able to short stocks. And my blog is at nakedshorts.typepad.com.
We provide short exposure long. In other words, normally to get a short exposure, you'd have to go and borrow stock or borrow an ETF and then go out and sell it to create short exposure. There's services that come along with that. Obviously, you're not allowed to short in an IRA. So what we do is we provide that short exposure long. We do that on a single beta and a double beta short basis. In other words, if you would like to get $1 worth of exposure, you can invest $1 with us to do that. You can also invest $1 with us and get $2 short exposure. The market goes down sometimes too, and sometimes we have products on both sides of the market. So we have investors on both sides, but beyond the kind of opportunistic short play to bet on the market going down, we have a number of clients who are creating market neutral portfolios and 130/30 portfolios, which are meant to manage risk. We think that's the best use for our product. It's risk management as opposed to just making a bet. www.proshares.com.
My argument is that there are actively managed funds that do a superb job for clients. We cannot cut without a cumbersome way have dividends reinvested. They're either costly or cumbersome, whereas in a good mutual fund, you can simply do that at NAV automatically. The second is the psychology. It plays into the worst aspects of the psychology of the investor, so that it is the hot thing, it's the smart thing, so the investor thinks he or she can do that by himself, just like the big funds do. And I think that's a real problem, because the individual investor is likely to get burned. They're not going to dollar cost average, they're going to try to time the market. And that, for the general investor, especially the clients that I handle, is a disaster waiting to happen. The most important thing to most of my clients who are, say, 15 years before retirement is very simply can't lose money. They can't afford to. These are not the billionaires. These are not the people who have a couple of million to lose. They can't afford to lose money. So you really need downside protection, and what an ETF is a car without brakes. So if you've got a car without brakes, you're going to go into the negative 2000, 2001, 2003. Penelope at wealthychoices.com.